early you perish. As many of us know, a high school degree or high school diploma is no longer the ending of one's educational studies. Times have changed, times have advanced, and now we are more focused on higher education more than ever before. However, obtaining that college degree is not easy, inexpensive, or affordable. With that said, my claim for tonight is that a college degree is not economically practical for today's high school graduates. By supporting such claim, I will start off by explaining the options that we have as to what universities we would like to go to, whether it be private, public, or out of state. Secondly, I will discuss how many argue that there are services and options out there available to us, but that clearly isn't the case. And lastly, I will continue with how tuition has increased and will only continue to do so. So, a college degree is simply just too expensive, whether you want to go to a public, private, or out of state. For a public university, it's more affordable than the others, but according to Sean Canal from LearnFinancialPlanning.com, he stated that 1 year alone at a public university will cost you $18,326. That's 1 year. You have three more to go, 4 total. That will cost you a total of $73,000. That's a public university. That's probably cheaper than it will be for it will be in order to obtain that bachelor's degree. Another option that many students consider is the private school, because many of these elite schools have either specialized programs in certain areas of study, the environment, the reputation, and the experience. However, a private university will cost you just a tad bit more than public. It will cost you a price tag, or a tuition fee for 1 year will cost you $37,390. However, to get that degree, once again, it's 4 years, and the total would be $150,000. Yes, it might be an elite, beautiful, good reputable school, it's going to cost you a little more. And the third option many students will look into is out of state. They do it for the full college experience, being able to go off and truly experience the college life away from home. They will go to these institutes out of state, and in order to do so, they will pay approximately $29,193 one year. For 4 years, it will cost them $114,000. All of these numbers are also from Sean Canal from LearnFinancial.com. And so, high school graduates may not be able to go out and are accepted to universities. However, they might not have the resources to go to the one that they would like to, just because of the price. Also, according to LearnFinancialPlanning.com, 62% of people who qualify to go to university are unable to do so just because of the finances. Now I will speak about those that argue that there are services and options available to us that will lessen the tuition cost, but I have to say that isn't necessarily the case. There are 3 types of services out there for us. As many of us know, there's grants, scholarships, and student loans. First, there are the grants. There are 2 types. There's the merit-based grants and the need-based grants. The merit-based grants are the ones that are solely based on your GPA, your grades, and how well you've done in school. That is looked at. There's also the need-based grants, which are they look at other factors. As GoCollege.com stated, they look at the number of dependent family members, the number of dependent family members attending college post-secondary education, expected family contribution, family assets beyond income, and student status. That is all looked at in order to see if you qualify for this need-based grant. However, there are many families out there who make enough money, however, or make more money than what the need-based grant looks at. Therefore, you are not able to apply for such grants. Then the merit-based grants, there are many students who don't have the high GPA, struggle to do good, but have been accepted to college and would like to continue their education. But just because they didn't meet those requirements there either, they cannot be approved for that merit. The second option was the scholarship. However, obtaining the scholarship is quite difficult. As we know, there's a lot of competition. So in order to do so, it's just really competitive out there. So if you really want to go for a scholarship, you should be ready and be able to compete with others who want that scholarship, whether it's a full ride or a quarter or a couple grand. whatever it may be. And lastly, our students' loan, which many of us try to avoid just because we know we have to pay them back at the end. And it's not just paying them what they lend us, it's paying them what they lend us plus the interest. Therefore, many of us, even to start college, we don't have the money to pay for it. So it's not going to be different when you end college, you still won't have the funds to do so. According to LearnFinancialPlanning.com, a 2008 study from the center shows that 70% of Americans students believe that have, according to LearnFinancialPlanning.com, 2008, a study done in 2008 showed that 78% of Americans believe students have to borrow too much money to pay for college. So that's where the loans are avoided and try to seek other options. And lastly, is the rise of tuition. As we've seen in the past, it rises and it's currently rising again. According to Christy Opelson from Time.com, she stated that the cost of average tuition rose 6.5 in the fall, and that 2/3 of all students now leave college with an outstanding loan of the average of about $23,200. And this study was done in 2008. As we know, it has increased. Also, as MSNBC stated, California State University, the nation's largest public university system with 23 campuses, 450,000 students, our tuition has increased 32%, which is nearly 3 times as much as it did 10 years ago. So with all that said, whether you stay local and attend a public school or you go out and try to experience the full college experience, and if you're unlucky to not receive a grant, aren't rewarded a scholarship, or don't want to pay those loans, it will certainly be difficult to, or it will closely be impossible to earn that college degree, but it will certainly be economically practical. Thank you.
All right, I thought you did a nice job trying to connect with the audience, and your delivery helps quite a bit also. There's negative phrasing in the main proposition, and I'm still not sure exactly what the inference is that you're making on this point. If it is simply that college education is expensive, I don't think that there's much dispute on that issue. If it's that the current financing mechanisms available are problematic, maybe there's a little bit of argument there, but it sounds to me like a lot of what you're presenting is an informative presentation, especially since we don't get any comparative data at the end talking about whether or not the investment that you're making is going to get you this kind of return. So if I do borrow $100,000 to go to school and I'm paying it back at 8 or 9% interest, whatever the student loan rates are at this particular point, is there reason to believe that I'm not going to be able to get a return on my college education that would justify that cost? I think that that's the one place where you could potentially show that there's some controversy on this, and there's no information on that in this presentation. I thought you did a good job citing all of your evidence early on, and there's some good statistics in the presentation. You got some good factual data there. Like I said, it's just a little problematic figuring out what some of the inferences are, and at the end of the presentation, you know, the real question is what was in dispute and what position are you taking on that dispute. I don't think it's as clear as it needs to be. All right, thank you.